Next up, I don't know if you've seen this, but Xiaomi had a big conference the other day. CEO spoke. They unveiled a lot of different products, and now they're also making a big bet on the electric vehicle space. The CEO and founder, Lei Jun, he said that essentially the way they see electric vehicles is a smartphone with 4 doors, and that is going to be his final major entrepreneurial project, which is going to be trying to build a successful EV for the Chinese market. So when he stepped on stage the other day, he essentially just compared smartphones to building electric vehicles. He said smart cars are smartphones with 4 doors, because really what we've seen over the last couple of years, what we've come to learn is that electric vehicles, the most important part of them is their technology. That's why they have such high valuations. That's what everyone is so excited about, is the technology in all of these vehicles. That's what gets people excited. That's what's going to lead to robo-taxis, autonomy, self-driving vehicles, and all the technology integrated. So essentially what the CEO said is that this is going to be his final major entrepreneurial project, and he seemed very confident. He said EVs are a natural choice for Xiaomi to enter. It's a very disruptive space right now. A lot of companies are trying to get in, and at this point, a lot of the barriers to entry have been taken down. Before, batteries used to be very expensive. A lot of the parts were very, very expensive, but with battery costs going down, parts getting more accessible, the barriers to entry are not as high anymore, especially when you're a multi-billion-dollar company like Xiaomi. And Xiaomi right now, while it isn't exactly the same, like there's a lot of different supply chain issues and a lot of different aspects of a supply chain when building a car, whether it's electric vehicle, combustion engine vehicle versus building a phone. They think they're very confident in doing this. According to analysts, they're not late at all to this run. The Chinese EV market is set to grow 10x over the next 8 to 9 years by 2030. They're expecting to grow that market by 10x, tenfold. So that is massive, massive opportunity. Right now, companies like NIO, XPeng, Li Auto, Tesla, BYD, all these companies can't even come close to meeting the demand for electric vehicles. So there's not an issue of the competition is there, yeah, but there is way more demand than there is supply right now in terms of electric vehicles in China. So this is a great time for them to enter. A couple of problems are supply chain is pretty difficult, and there's going to be a lot of challenges that they've never faced before with smartphones. Other issues that they're going to run into is that building an electric vehicle usually takes a lot longer to bring a vehicle to market, an entirely new vehicle to market, because of regulatory issues concerning safety with government regulations, things like that. So it's not like the same safety standards of building a phone. Building a car, especially an electric vehicle that's probably going to have autonomous software in its self-driving capabilities, building something like that has a lot more regulations, a lot more tests it needs to undergo to make sure it's safe, because cars are one of the leading causes of death, and there's a lot of accidents every year. So building a phone versus building a car, safety is going to be something that's going to be really important for Xiaomi moving forward, and bringing something from nothing, bringing a new product to market in the auto industry is not as easy as it sounds. While it is a good fit, while the CEO and founder is really confident, it definitely is not as easy as it sounds. Even though battery costs are lower, they are a successful company in the tech space. The technology is probably not going to be an issue. It could just be jumping through all these hoops with regulatory issues and with the government.